With most of the state having a lot of new build due to the supply and demand issue, in this video I'm going to talk about what the builders are building, what the reviews of the builders are saying, where they're building, and the cost of those builds, all coming up in this video. Hi, my name is Jenny and I am with Real Broker. If you guys are looking to build a new home in the areas of Utah County and Salt Lake County, watch this video. Let's get in touch, because wherever you're at, your home ownership starts here right now on my channel, and I've left a link down there below to get in touch with me. Until then, let's jump into the video. All right, we're going to be going over the top 4 builders here in Utah. Ivory Homes happens to be the #1 top builder in Utah because of how many different locations they have, how many different homes they have built, and just the reviews and the rapport that they have. So if you can go Ivory Homes, I recommend it. That doesn't mean that the other builders are bad. It just means Ivory Homes has happened to meet the top one. So if you take your attention over to my screen over here, I want you to see how many different areas on this map that they are actually building. And you can sort it by city, region, community, choose your certain product, what kind of house you want. They have hundreds of different homes of areas being built. So if you want to zoom in here a little bit, and let's look at something in Utah County. So right here in Lehi, we have homes starting from 440. I'm going to guess that a lot of those might be townhouses. Let's look at Jordan Walk Towns. Yep, I was right. So you got a townhouse right here starting at 440. You have the ability to walk through, see the beautiful images of it. I have walked through some Ivory homes. I've left a link above on some tours that I have given on them. They have a great company to work with. Now, I always recommend using a real estate agent when trying to build a new home. I've had plenty of people who have been consumers of building a home, doesn't matter who the builder is, always said that they wish they would have gone back and hired a real estate agent because, one, it doesn't save them money not to use a real estate agent, and two, it actually probably costs them money by not using them because real estate agents know how to negotiate the terms and needs from the standpoints of actually understanding what needs to happen in a new build. A lot of your people who are building the new build areas are your first-time home buyers. So if that is you, let's get in touch and talk about your situation, because I want to help you find the home that works best for you. And if that's a new build, let me help you. Do not buy into their pitch of you don't need a realtor. We can walk you through this whole process. We use our own documents, especially because they use their own documents. I've ran into quite a few builders' documents who have been like, hold on a second, explain this to me, and then help me understand what the deposit and the fees up front are going to be. Because sometimes you might be on the end of 6 months with a retainer money down and then not have access to it and having to be pushed out, and then interest rates are costing more, and then you no longer can afford the home. There's a lot of different issues that can happen. So working with the real estate agent is going to help you in so many different aspects. I can think of over 50 things and reasons of why you should use a real estate agent to represent you in buying a new build. Okay, so here's one of the areas that they're building here. So this is Olympic Park area. So this is right by the 194. This is a very busy street. In fact, they've got a lot of construction happening over in this area because it's right next to Saratoga Springs. This is a very up and coming area. It used to be farmland, also considered wetlands area. So they are actually building a huge infrastructure to be able to connect these roads all the way over here to Camp Williams. So this has a very up and coming city happening here. It's still technically Lehi, but then right here is Saratoga Springs. So you're on the border of Lehi and Saratoga Springs. There is an amazing new primary children's hospital, which is pulling a lot of people over in this area, as you can see. So if you want to walk through the Jordan Walk townhouses, it's giving you, look, they're 19 minutes away from each other. That's pretty funny. These are all the different models that they're going to have. You can view the model home. It literally gives you an address, tells you when they're available. You can just walk right in and actually view the home yourself on site, and you can see the layouts of the homes. They're going to be very basic. So when I talk about basic in a home, you are going to get the laminate flooring. You are going to get sometimes granite or whatever it might be, a off side of granite on the countertops. You are going to get the two-tone basing between the gray and the browns right now. You're going to get the basic island with the basic sinks in there, an unfinished basement, typically 3 beds, 2 bathrooms on the 2nd level with a very small gated backyard and community, plus an HOA that you need to pay. So all this stuff is things and questions I can ask once we get on the spot and walk through these model homes. So you can see here, you do get a 2-car garage, you have a little bit of space for your living area, open concept. Sometimes they do say you can get 4 bedrooms and close the loft area. A lot of times people like that open space with the windows, with the stairs that walk up. To me, they're all the same layout. I've seen them over and over and over again. It's just a matter of what is the most convenient for you. Location is really, really a key point when coming to where you want to buy. And this location is prime because you're right next to the I-15. You're about 10 minutes away from the I-15 and be able to get into Salt Lake City, or if you need to go down south. So it is considered a prime location here in Utah County. Okay, let's look at one more of them. So I want to see what they're doing. So this Linden area right here, Anderson Farms, these are going to be single family homes. You can see they do build 3-car garage areas. They just want me to contact them all day, every day. But here's some of their floor plans. They do emphasize the new, more natural and light coming in. Now, these are the base prices. When you're building a new home, take that into consideration. When you're walking through a model home, a lot of times that's not the base model. They have a lot of upgrades because they want you to upgrade into these designs. So this right here, the extra cabinetries, that is definitely an upgrade. Having maybe extra windows in your master, extra upgrade. Having extra padding in your carpeting, extra upgrade. So take those things into consideration, that they are advertising to start from $800,000, but it could always go up if you want a fireplace or if you want to finish the basement. A lot of times Ivory Homes will finish the front yard. I've heard of builders sometimes finishing the backyard as well. Just depends on what area you're at. If you're in a smaller town area, where Linden is not a really small town, but if you go more down south with Spanish Fork, Springville, I've made videos on there, walked through the model homes in those areas. You can check those videos out. They will finish the backyard because it is a smaller town and they have the funds to do that because the pricing is cheaper to buy the land. All right, the second one is Arrive Homes. I've personally loved working with Arrive Homes. Everybody's going to get a different experience. I just like their designs a little bit better. They're not so much cookie cutter as you would get with Edge Homes and Ivory Homes. Now notice that they are giving you a quick move in home rate to interest rate buy down, which means they will buy down your interest rate. That is an incentive for you to work with their lenders in this case. Now, a lot of times I don't recommend working with their lender, but if the lender's incentives are strong enough, for example, one of them, I had some clients closing near Christmas time and we were told that we weren't going to actually fund till after the holiday, but because the lender was a trusted lender through the builder, they could have the keys before they were funded. Now that is an incentive that you might want with working with a builder's lender. Now I have lenders that I work with that are absolutely incredible to work with, but looking at the Arrive Homes, they have single families they're building, townhouses. It looks like they have quick move-ins, which means a 30-day close, ready to go forth. Now let's look at their communities here and see where they are building. So as you can see here, they are only really working in Utah County, and that's why you can see Ivory Homes are really spread out across all of Utah, Salt Lake County and Utah County, whereas right here they're definitely focusing more down in the Mapleton, Spanish Fork, even down in Payson. I do see one up here in Draper that they're working on. We can go check that one out. The Vista Townhomes, and those are going to be townhouses because the cost of living is much more expensive in these areas. I have visited down these areas. I have walked through Arrive Homes. Visit that link right there for Spanish Fork, and we walked through literally one of these homes in Spanish Fork. Now let's look at the price point though of River Point in Spanish Fork. Okay, I do know you're around the $550 range for something like this. So you can see the beautiful map of where all of the plots are that they're wanting to build, that you can get access to. You can get a larger lot. Look at that nice big house right there. Here are the floor plans that they have. A lot of them are ramblers. Ramblers are my favorite, especially if you want to live in the house for a long time. Don't put your master bedroom on the second level. That's just my opinion there. You see these are all 3 beds, 2 baths. It does give the square footage if I want to pick up the Addison home here. And as you can see, the architecture is just a little bit different. I'm very familiar with Ivory Homes and Edge Homes. They seem to be quite similar in how they build out their architecture and their design, which is why I like Arrive Homes, because they're just a little bit different in their design. So you can see here, you can add on a 3rd car garage if you are interested in that upgrade. You have a nice patio. You've got the 2 bedrooms right off. You've got the great room coming in here. Everything just depends on what the lot is going to look like and how the house is going to be placed on the lot with that gradient. Again, I know this stuff because I've worked with new builds. I know how to understand understand, okay, look, the gradient means we needed to add an extra step to our front porch, or you're going to have a slant going up to the driveway, just depending on what the actual land looks like. So those things I can walk through with you, or you could just get a move-in 30-day one because they have these ones available at Arrive Homes. All right, you guys, here is a fun little 3D virtual tour, and most of your new builds are going to have something like this. It's what we call a matter report. You're able to walk in, look around. I'm loving that the brown tones are coming back. Look at that beautiful brown tone. Oh, so pretty. Probably 90% of the time, your new builds are not going to come with refrigerators. I'm loving that we're building larger pantries, larger walls. Your new builds, you're sacrificing land when you're working with a builder. That is the truth across the board in all of Utah. Just know that. Looks like you have a little factory area right behind you, or a school. So you can walk around in this house, move around, get your own tour. You don't need to be on the spot. Now, if you're out of state, I am someone who can definitely walk through the home and send you a video or do a live video with you, whatever works best. Looks like we've got the kids' bedrooms over here, and then I'm seeing the master bedroom over here, really, really close to those small bedrooms. The master looks like it fits a queen. It is looking a little bit small to me, but I mean, hey, if it works, you've got a shower here in here and a tub. Most of your Utah bathrooms are going to have the same thing. You've got the really basic materials in here. They're trying to put a couple few upgrades in here, and then you have the master closet. So that is Arrive Homes. Let's jump over to the next builder. All right, number 3 is Patterson Homes. The reason why I included Patterson Homes in this one is it's more of a custom build where you can get more land and more opportunity to actually work with the builder on your specific needs. As you can see right here, they're more up north. So you've got the Saratoga, the Lehi, a Highland area. You've even got Eagle Mountain. Let's check over here in the Saratoga Springs area, the South Creek, and let's see what they've got going over here and seeing what if they're going to go some prices. There's the lots that they have available, and they tell you the size of the lots. You can sit down, you can actually download the full community app, talk about the schools, the community perks, recreational opportunities. Saratoga Springs does have some really great recreational CCNRs. Looks like they do have HOAs. So these are the different floor plans. Notice how much more customary they are, much larger they are, and more land that you're going to get with these particular ones. But they are the build plans, which means you don't have to buy them or sit down with an architect and build them yourself. This one, Evelyn is calling me. 5-bed, 3-car garage, 3.5 baths, 5,000 square feet. That is known to be in the upper range of actual home prices. So again, there's got the 3D matter report right here. You've got the main level, upper, lower, able to lay it down. You can even see in Payson what they're doing in Pleasant Grove. That is a beautiful home that you could build. Patterson Homes is known for their more customary homes, but does make it more cheaper because they are going to float the loan for you because they are builders. Every situation is going to make a difference. But let's check out this beautiful home right here. This one is a 2-story home. Look at those vaulted ceilings that you're getting in there. I think I've actually been in a home very similar to this. You're going to get the sliding doors, this backyard. Looks like the backyard is partially finished. You got a beautiful commercial grade fridge. So you can see just the difference in building with someone. The builder makes a huge difference in the style and the architect. So it depends on the location and area of where you want to be living. This is a 2-story home. You guys know me. I always prefer a Rambler, but people love their vaulted ceilings, and so they definitely pay for it. Looks like there's just a loft right there, which is very common to have a landing area now on your 2-story homes. Some people use it for their school desk areas. Some people are using it for library area. It just kind of depends. This looks like just a regular bedroom. You've got the nice door that opens. You're not getting the shutter closet doors. I'm trying to see if I can find the master up here, or maybe the master's on the main floor. If the master's on the main floor, this is definitely a little bit more doable. Let me see if I can find the master. Okay, here's your master bedroom right here. Let's walk it, please. Look at this beautiful mudroom though. I'm all about mudrooms. Utah loves their mudrooms because of all the kids they have, but look at all those cubbies. Look at that option. I love this tile work right here. Okay, that is not, you got the laundry on the main floor. So you definitely have a master on the main floor. Where are you, master? I'm gonna guess, nope, don't wanna go downstairs. Unfinished basement, you can see those stairs right there. It's very rare to find a home that has a finished basement when you're dealing with a new build, so just keep that in mind. So then here you've got the master bedroom. They've got some nice vaulted ceilings. So that's definitely gonna fit a king size bed, much bigger than the last ones we were looking at. Look at this beautiful bathroom. It's got more of a view and point. Now this is close to a $1 million home, okay, if not $1 million home. You even got the nice built-ins here. This home is definitely ready to move in, or it could be the model home, just depends. So that is the last one that we went over. If you guys are interested in working with any of those builders, please reach out to me with that link down there below and the Calendly link. Let's find a time to chat, because wherever you're at, your home ownership starts here right now on my channel. See you guys next time.